Now we are going to start with email writing. Okay, so now in case of email writing, so what we have to do, we have to write down first of all from. Okay, in from you will write down here, you will make a box if you want, or you can leave it out also. If you don't want to make a box, here you will write down your email address. For example, abc@gmail.com. Okay, who is writing the email? Then to whom you are writing email. For example, xyz@gmail.com. Then you will write down date. Okay, whatever the date is. Then subject, which is very much important. It should be short, precise, and related to the content. Okay, short, precise, and related to the content of the letter, what we are going to start. Okay, what we are going to write. So on the basis of this, we are writing the subject. Okay, so when you are writing a subject, then body of email, okay, you can start with greeting. Okay, if you are writing informal one, hello, how are you, I hope you are doing pretty well, like you are starting in letters. Okay, or I have received your email and I felt much elated to read it as you have mentioned your feelings about this. So in any way, you can start it in any form. With any form you can start it, right? And ultimately then make one paragraph for the detail of the purpose of writing. That what is your purpose of writing? Okay, you will start with the detail of the purpose of writing, that what is your purpose of writing and why you are writing this mail. Okay, finally conclude. Okay, conclude with, okay, conclude with your feelings, express that how you felt and how you are feeling. Okay, and ultimately hope to meet you soon. Okay, so in this manner, and at the end, complimentary close, yours lovingly, your friend. Okay, depending upon to whom you are writing. If you are writing to a friend, write down your loving friend. If you are writing to your elders, then write down yours lovingly. In case of, you can say, informal letter, when I was checking in exam, in the test, revision test, you have written yours lovingly. Yours lovingly is to be written not for friends, when you are writing it to your elders. Okay, so you have written, I have not crossed it, but it is not so appropriate, so be careful. Your friend, and ultimately at the end your name, right? So this is clear. Email writing.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम,
Yes,
मैम इस ईमेल के अराउंड हमें बॉक्स बनाना है.
Rhythm, your voice is not so clear. What are you saying?
मैम ईमेल के अराउंड हमें बॉक्स बनाना है.
Box you can make. It is not so compulsory. If you have made, it's fine. If you have not made, no marks will be deducted. But try to make a box. Why? To create any kind of confusion, right? This is email writing. And next, we are going to revise diary entry. Okay. So what is diary entry? Diary entry is when you are not able to express your feelings to someone, you have a self-talk. You write your feelings in your diary, in your personal diary, so that if you can have your heart feel free from heavy emotions. You will feel yourself relieved, okay, from excessive stress. Okay, so for that you are writing diary. Okay, so this is always made date wise. So speak out. Who will speak out the format? Yes.
Yes ma'am.
Yes.
Firstly, day,
Day and date.
then date,
Okay. Time you can also
then
make.
time,
Okay.
then dear diary.
And dear diary. Okay. So dear diary.
Then we have to start it.
Yes. Start. Then start with an expression. Always start your diary entry with an expression. What kind of expression? Suppose, how happy I am today. How happy the day was. Okay, use past tense. Or you can also use present tense if you are referring to some past event that happened during the day, you can use past tense. But if you are referring your feelings now, then you can use present tense. Okay. How happy I am today because I have won the first prize, okay, in debate competition, or I have been appointed as the monitor, I have been appointed as the head boy of the school, right? Don't write too long, okay? Write down the reason of writing diary entry. You will write down the reason of writing the diary entry, that why you are writing this diary entry, and then afterwards give short detail of your feelings. Okay, what you felt. Okay, you will give a short detail of your feelings, that how you felt and how you were feeling. You will express that how this entire process, suppose you have been appointed as the head boy of the school, so you will write down today how happy I am, or how happy the day was as I have been appointed as the head boy of the school. It was really my dream come true, as when my name was announced by the activity department to be the head boy, I felt that this is not the reality. I at once pinched myself to check whether really I'm in reality or not. And then, yes, of course, finally, when I came to know that it was the reality, I thought that I will perform my duties diligently and with complete dedication. Okay, then you will write down about your feelings. Okay, I have been working hard since many years, as I always wanted to be the head boy of the school. I will set an example for all the students. All the students will, I will try to maintain discipline. I will always make my elders to follow the rule, or sorry, my seniors to follow the rule, but I should not be rude with them. But I should be, and I will not use any kind of undue pressure to follow the rules. Okay, and for my youngsters, I will also set an example by by being good in studies, as well as in my sincerity, and by showing sincerity in my duties. So finally, you have expressed your feelings, then you will conclude. So in conclusion, I hope that God will always bless me with, you can say, with good qualities. And now diary, I'm feeling sleepy, or my mom is calling me, talk to you later, and at the end your name. And what you will write down? You will write down your name at the end. So that's it. Is it clear? Yes or no? Is it clear? Fine. Okay, so this is about diary entry. And now we are going to start with application. With application writing. Application. Now in case of application writing, why? You write it down to the authorities in order to make any kind of complaints you have. If you have any kind of problem, you wanted that the problem is to be sorted out. For that reason, you also write down an application, right? So for that purpose, how you start? First of all, suppose name of school, sender's address. How you write down sender's address? You always write down in 3 lines. Swami Sant Das Public School, JP Nagar, Jalandhar. Okay, then leave line, write down date, then leave line, subject. Subject again very short and precise, and which must be related with the content as well as with the topic of the letter. If it is a complaint, write down complaint about. If it is about any problem, problem of. For example, poor drinking water, okay? Or if it is a request, then write down request of, request to. Suppose it is for change of section. You will write down this request to change my section. If you want to get your fine remitted, then you will write down request to remit my fine. Suppose you have been given a fine, you have been imposed with the fine because you were not in proper dress, okay, and it was ₹100, okay, and you are not so well doing that you are able to pay this fine. You will write an application to the authorities, to the principal. Sorry, here also mention the principal, Swami Sandas Public School, JP Nagar, Jalandhar, okay, and then you will start, okay. Use humble language, down to earth language, be polite. You should not use language which must be pinching, okay, which must be, you can say, devoid of any kind of dignity. No, you will use such type of language as it will be polite enough. For example, with humble regards, I want to bring to your kind notice that I have been suffering from the problem of this. So I was, or first of all, mention your class and section also. Class and section, so that the head of the school who is reading this kind of, you can say, application will come to know who has written it, okay. So you can write down, suppose you are writing down that you have been absent for many days and you have to take permission from the head to sit in the class. So with humble regards, I want to bring to your kind notice that I so and so of class this and section this want to bring to your kind notice that I dash and dash of this class and section was absent from dash to dash date. Mention the date, and for 14 days from this to this date, and as I was suffering from fever, okay, you are suffering from fever or you are suffering from any kind of problem, okay, then give little bit of detail about it. It must not be so long, itni lambi nahi likhni hoti, okay, but it must include the important ideas, okay. Then you will mention, I have been suffering from viral fever. I was admitted to the hospital as the situation has turned out to be severe. As in the starting, I was not given proper treatment. My doctor did not diagnose it properly. So I was admitted to the hospital, and I was, for 3 days, I have been in the hospital, and I was advised by doctor to take proper rest, as little bit of exertion can worsen the condition. Okay, so you took rest, and now finally when my doctor has recommended me that I'm fit and fine enough to attend the school, so I have come to school. Okay, but ultimately you will give some proof also that whether you were also suffering from that. A medical certificate is also attached with this application. Kindly refer to it. Okay, and now what is your actual purpose? Now which request you want to make? Then make the request that now I request you to allow me to sit in the class, okay, and so that the earlier loss made by me in studies can be compensated, or I can be able to complete my syllabus as well as the pending work. Okay, so at the end, again request, close with the polite request, I shall be highly obliged for your kind act, or I shall be greatly thankful to you for your kind act. And at the end, yours sincerely. Okay, and then your name. You will write down your name also here, right? So in this manner, you will write down an application. Okay, so an application is always written in a very polite as well as humble language. Okay, so I hope that now application writing is also clear to you. Is it clear? Application writing is clear, right? Okay, thank you, Jabji. Now, informal letter, I know you will write down. One more last thing I want to discuss is with you is notice writing. So for notice writing, you will always first of all draw the box event base. I'm writing name of the institution or organization who is issuing a notice, underline it, and then write down city. Leave line, write down the word notice, underline it, corresponding to it, you can write down date. For example, today is September 2021. Then again leave line, write down heading in capital that must be attractive, okay, eye-catching. For example, if it is announcement, okay, competition if it is, okay, for example, poem recitation competition. First line, always start what, where, when, and by whom. Okay. And for example, a poem recitation competition is going to be organized by the literary club of the school. Okay. Why? To develop the love for language, okay, or to develop the poem recitation skills of the students and to encourage the students towards reading more and more poetry and to turn out to be good poets. And then you will mention the details. The details are as under, or the details are as follow. Write down time, write down date, time, and venue, means place where it is going to be organized. Okay. Then you will write down here additional information. In case of additional information, what kind of, you can say, additional information you want to provide. For example, this competition is going to be held for classes. Mention here classes. Okay. Mention for classes 5th to 6th. Okay. All the students will present a self-composed poem. Okay. Self-composed poem. And the time limit for poem recitation is 2 to 3 minutes, right? All the students will come in proper uniform for the competition. Props are also allowed, okay? And they can recite the poems both in Hindi as well as Punjabi or in any language. That depends. You can write on anything, okay? Then afterwards, you will mention, you have to submit your names to the class in charges latest by this date. Mention the date on which you want to submit your names. And last line, for more information, contact undersigned. Then first of all, your name in capital letters, then your name in running hand, at the end in bracket, who are you, who is issuing the notice, secretary of literary club. Then don't time down secretary of literary club, write down only secretary, because you have mentioned here that it is going to be organized by literary club. Okay. So in this manner, you will write down notice writing. And I hope that now it is clear to you. It is clear? Right. So this is all revision of writing skills, and I hope that you will do it pretty well. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. If you have any doubt, or is it clear? That's clear? Yes, Japaji. Yes.
Do we have to make paras in email writing?
You can make simple 1 or 2 paras, or if it is written in 1 para, then of course it is fine. No problem.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all for today. As it was the last class of this term. So best of luck for your exams. Do well, write in neat and clean handwriting. Do the proper numbering of answers in your answer sheet. Okay. And avoid cutting. Do neatly. Take your time, and best of luck to you all. Okay. So that's all for today.